Should I sue the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse for a violation of freedom of speech? This is saying that anybody could sue the university that they attend. Over the past 2 years, students have been violated and withheld from proper education. First it was online schooling, and then it's in-person schooling, but with the masks on. And this goes from little children all the way up to college students, and I think a lot of people forget that. We talk a lot about how little kids are going to be affected by having to wear masks and not being able to see other children's faces, and their development is going to be stunted. And I believe all that. It's going to be not good. But we forget about older students as well, college students that are supposed to be talking in class, sharing ideas, expressing opinions, and really using every bit of their body to discuss and show who they are. But what I've seen is that with the masks on, everybody's kind of hiding a little bit. You don't have to necessarily be yourself. You can just... You don't have to be seen, even. If you have to talk, you're under a mask. People look at you and they don't even know who you are. So, why would we listen to people with masks on? We don't even know who they are. Yet, all the students just sit back and listen to a professor with a mask on talk for hours on end. It's interesting. It's interesting that we all accept it. When, we're not fucking stupid. We're really not, but we all accept these stupid things we're being told. I used to think it was common sense that people had. You either had common sense or didn't really have common sense. But that's saying that everybody starts off one way or the other, and that's not how it works. You can learn common sense because common sense has been taken away from us. Quite literally. We have to fight we have to fight to even use our common sense. God damn. Okay, so masks. We're being forced to wear these masks. And it's any mask. You can wear any mask you want as long as it's covering your face. But and we have all the information we need to point to the fact that the only masks that significantly stop the spread of COVID is the KN95s and the subvariants of those type of masks. Everything else, essentially, from surgical masks to homemade cloth masks to whatever you want to put on your face, face shields. Um, ugh. So yeah, you can wear any mask you want, and then it's good. You know, it's good. We won't bother you as long as you're showing us that you can comply with our mandates. We're not gonna bother you. Just comply. Put something on your face to cover your mouth, and we're good. So, what happens when you say no? Let me tell you. Back it up. UWL is supposed to be a place of inclusion, inclusion of diversity, not only in race, but ideas. Okay. I could look up the real words that the UW system uses for everything. Like all their documents saying how, we're like all their statements declaring their intents for equity, the DIE movement, like diversity, inclusion, and equity. It's all there. Diversity, inclusion, and equity. What happens when you say no to a mandated something mandated that you know is unjust. So you say no. Now that is a diverse perspective. That's like on the other end of the spectrum. Everybody's saying yes, and then somebody says no. That's on the opposite end of the spectrum, which, if you're into diversity and inclusion and equity, you should be including both ends of the spectrum and everything in between, and not exclude anybody or anything or any thoughts and ideas out of it, out of your mandates. So the mask mandate is directly opposed to diversity, inclusion, and equity. Meaning the UW system and UWL has two opposing bylaws, or I don't know, whatever they are ruled by, controlled by, whatever they're forced to do based on the words in those documents. They are contradicting themselves. Now, I want to sue them for the violation of my freedom of speech, my freedom of expression. By not wearing a mask, I am expressing the opposite viewpoint that everyone there is expressing by wearing a mask. Because that is what it is. Wearing a mask is complying just enough to tell everybody else that you are expressing the same opinion as them, and that you're all in this together. And then not wearing a mask is, I guess, saying what's not wearing a mask saying? I struggle with that, because everybody tells me what not wearing a mask is doing to them and everybody else. A lot of people tell me what not wearing a mask does, but I'm not sure what not wearing a mask is saying. What idea am I even expressing by not wearing a mask? The only thing I can come up with is I'm expressing the idea of freedom of speech, the freedom to express whatever opinion you want, think whatever you want. It feels like not wearing a mask is the way to say, even if all of you are thinking this way, I still think this other way. And all I'm asking for is that you be okay with that. That you are inclusive and you respect diversity and equity in ideas and opinions. Oh, God. What a world. I think of the negatives a lot. I think we all do, because that's what our thoughts are drawn towards. Things that are bothering us, causing us trouble or stress. We think about that because those are the things we want to change or stop from happening. We have to, like, we have to consciously make the effort to think about something good. It's hard to remember, like, it's hard to remember what's good. What what are the things that are really worth living for? A big one is the ability to just be yourself forever and always. That's the one thing in this world that nobody should ever be able to take away from you. And that's the thing. They can't. No matter how hard they try. Nobody can take away your ability to be yourself. And that's all it comes down to. All we have to do is be ourselves. And we can do anything at that point. Back to not wearing a mask. It's interesting that everybody thinks I'm putting them in danger by not wearing a mask, and that asymptomatic people, oh my god, I shouldn't even, like, it doesn't make any sense. Don't you get that? It doesn't make any sense. If you try to make sense out of something that has no sense or reason in it, and it's just bold-faced lies, damn near, like, you're just fooling yourself. You're wasting time. I just want this to end. But it's not going to end with masks. Even if they let everybody stop wearing them. Okay, yeah, so here's the thing. CDC is like, we're not telling people to enforce masks anymore. You know, that's not necessary. But if you still want to wear a mask, we encourage you to do so. That might have been their exact words. I'm not sure. But that's the sentiment. Is that, if you wanna stand by everything we've been telling you for the past couple years and be a good citizen and protect you and everybody else by wearing a mask, if you want to do that, then we think that's good. I I just don't want to wear a mask, guys. I think it's doing more harm than it is good by the mere fact that we can't see each other's face. We can't see each other's faces. It's really weird. It's like we're not there. It's like we're hardly real. Like we're just voices, but the voices aren't connected to mouths. We see eyes, but we don't need to see the words coming out of that brain. Like, we could just be talking to some fucking AI beings and, like, never know the difference. Isn't that a scary thought? Isn't that scary that they can just do that now? That they can honestly just dupe us. Anything on TV, anything online could just be some bullshit. Even the stuff that we take as 100% real, that we have never questioned, that stuff could just as well be 100% fake. Or, I mean, not necessarily fake, but an inversion of reality as we know it. We like to say that the truth is stranger than fiction. And I think that holds true. I really do. The more you learn, the weirder things fucking get. And you just can't stop it. Things don't get any more simple or understandable. They don't align. It doesn't start making sense. It really doesn't. It never makes sense. The more you learn, the more you understand, the more you know you don't understand. That's where the beauty comes from. We have to be in awe of this beautiful universe that has no rhyme or reason and is entirely random. That's saying some things and it's not saying other things. So, we're still leaving room open for possibilities that we don't need to get into here because we're talking about masks. And it's not going to end with masks, and it didn't start with masks. Masks are just, honestly, like, a great thing to have been exploited because it worked so well in changing the mind of a lot of people, I think. Like changing the literal minds of people by forcing them to wear masks as often as possible. I think that's like a type of social engineering. Like over time, like it changes our subconscious. But like what's it teaching us? Like well, I think what it taught us is to be scared of people without masks on. And to keep your distance from those people. It taught us that we are safer if we have a mask on. Even outside. But if we can extrapolate a little bit, I think wearing the mask is teaching us to continue complying with what we're told. I think it's that simple. Because every second we wear those masks, we're expressing an opinion. We're expressing an idea. We're telling everybody else what we think by wearing a mask every second. This is why I say it's a freedom of speech to not wear a mask. It's important to keep in mind that I don't care if you want to keep wearing a mask. That's your right. That's your freedom of expression. I'm not asking you to do anything besides respect my freedom of speech. Now, what am I gonna say if I try and sue these bitches? Like, what am I actually gonna say? Like, okay, Judge, like, I'll probably be at the courthouse and have to wear a mask. Everybody will probably be wearing masks there and it'll be mandated. Oh my god. Okay, so what happens when the cops pull me out of class for not wearing a mask? Honestly. What happens at that point? What happens when I get taken out of class by the cops for not wearing a mask? Let's tackle that question, because I wanna know. Are they gonna forcibly remove me from my seat? Are they gonna have to drag me out of the classroom? Okay. I want to see these bitches put their knee on me for 10 minutes. I want to see these bitches try and fucking put their knee on my neck for 10 minutes and see if nothing happens. See if they can get away with that. As I'm screaming, as I'm trying to get help, saying I can't breathe, I want them to pull a George Floyd on me and see what happens for not wearing a mask. That would be the ideal situation. And if we can talk about George Floyd for a second, I don't blame Derek Chauvin for murdering him. I blame everybody that watched that happen. I blame the girl that took a video of it the entire time. Because what did you do? What did you do as that man lay on the ground, screaming for help, being murdered slowly and painfully? What did you fucking do? Did you enjoy it? Like, why did you keep watching? Did you call for help? Did you call 911 saying, hey, there's a guy getting murdered right now by a cop? Like, what did you do? Any sensible person in the crowd would have probably tried to get a little gathering of at least 5 to 10 people. Tell them, or make it out to everybody that, hey, what's happening right now is fucking crazy. Like, the cops are killing this guy. We don't know why. He might be a bad guy, but they've had their knee on his neck for like 5 minutes now. You know, nothing's happening. I feel like we should do something about this. And then just get them together. You're gonna have to rush the cops. You know, get as many people as you can, because these guys have guns. But honestly, from the pictures that we've seen and the videos that we've seen, I think these guys could have been overtaken quite easily by like 5 to 10 people with some sense. You know, you tackle them, take their guns, knock them out. Definitely Derek. And then you handle the situation yourselves as citizens. You don't let George Floyd run away. I mean, he's probably not going to be able to, but like, you know, keep him in custody and whatnot. Call for more authorities, if you so please, to arrest you all for taking over the situation and tackling cops and knocking them out. Yeah. But I wanna see that happen in the classroom. With them with their knee on my neck. Some white boy just expressing his freedom of speech, which is illegal. You know, I don't think any of that will happen. I think we'll leave the classroom. They'll talk to me for a while, give me a citation worth $500, and I'll probably have to pay that and like write some paper and like I don't know. None of that is gonna happen either, though. So I'm not sure where it's gonna land. If I don't wear a mask in class, and I don't want to miss out on my education just because I'm forced to not express my ideas and opinion. Like, if I say that, Cops are gonna come. They're gonna get me out of there. But I don't think we even need to go there to sue the university. Like, I think that's what I think. I'm already there. I've already got enough on them to say that they've been abusing their power for years now, and they've been restricting access to legitimate education. And I think anybody can do this, not just me. We're all in this together. They're trying to take away our rights that we have to fight for. That's it.